Good morning, viewers. This is Gann Supremacy from the Gann Supremacy YouTube channel, welcoming you to a new episode on this YouTube channel. And in this new YouTube episode, we are doing the Nasdaq Composite yearly forecast for the year 2026. So, whenever we talk about the technology stocks, one thing comes to our mind from the past, that is history, that is the dot com bubble. So here we are in the Wikipedia website, just doing a flashback of the dot com bubble. The dot com bubble or the dot com boom was a stock market bubble that built up during the late 90s and peaked on Friday, March 10, 2000. This period of market growth coincided with the widespread adoption of the World Wide Web and the Internet, resulting in a dispensation of available venture capital and a rapid growth of valuations in the new dot-com startups. Between 1995 and its peak in March 2000, investments in the Nasdaq Composite stock market rose by 600%, only to fall 78% from its peak by October 2002, giving up all its gains during the bubble. It is also known retrospectively as the tech media telecom TMT bubble, since it boosted established companies in those sectors as well as internet starts. So you can go and read this thing whenever you come to the technology stocks. Okay. So going forward, there was something called in my times the Y2K crisis. Okay. So if we go to the year 2000 problem. Okay. So again coming to the Wikipedia, the year 2000 problem. January 1, 2000 redirects years for the month C this January 2000. Okay. For the event C, Millennium Celebrations. Okay. The term year 2000 problem was simply Y2K, refers to the potential computer errors related to the formatting and storage of the calendar data for dates in and after the year 2000. Many programs represented four-digit years with only the final two digits. That is, 1985 was coded as 85 and making the year 2000 indistinguishable from the 1900. Okay, four digits. Computer systems' inability to distinguish dates correctly had the potential to bring down worldwide infrastructures for the computer reliant industries. Okay, so this was one of the crises we faced. Okay, so you need to go in the past to see what has happened. And as you know, in technical analysis, history repeats. Okay, it is one of the fundamental rules. That is the three rules of technical analysis. Okay, history repeats. So let's come back to the charts. Okay, so here we are in the dot com bubble, and then we bottomed out here in October 2002. Okay, here somewhere. Okay, so you need to eyeball the charts from the past and see how much time it has taken to come to a significant level. So this was one of the significant levels for the Nasdaq Composite, and you will see it took sufficient time, okay, to come back to this level. Okay, so we crossed this level somewhere in 2013, and thereon we started building upon Nasdaq. Okay, so currently we are coming to this 2025 zone. Okay, so let's zoom in here. So for the year 2025, okay, we came into a new square in 7th of July nearly 2025, and thereon we saw a rise till the 1 by 1 angle of the minor cycle square. Okay, so this is the 1 by 1 angle, and we were moving up and down around this angle. So if you know the minor cycles, then you will know why things happen. Okay, so you will see here we got a back test on the square coming early in the square, and then we got a sizable fall, okay, on the Nasdaq Composite. So Gann WD Gann had said when the time comes, price will respond and volume will come. Okay. So at critical times, you will make the most profits. Okay. If you are aware of the time, then you will be in the thick of the things in the market. So this was one of the times. Okay. This is the minor cycle square you are seeing in here. You need to know the wheel with this is the wheel within wheel. You know, you should know where the bigger wheel is. Okay, to get the most profit from the markets. Okay, so this was one of the important cycles done here, and we moved here in the new square somewhere in backtest was done on July 7th, and then we hit the 1 by 1 angle as discussed earlier. Okay, so currently we are below the 1 by 1 angle. Okay, so the most important date for the year 2026 as per my Gann analysis will be 9th of August 2026. Okay, where we'll be completing one minor cycle. Okay, so next important date is around say early July 2026. Then next date is around this is 2nd June 2026. Okay. So these are the major dates for Nasdaq Composite. Now coming to the minor dates. So first date coming in here for the year 2026 is 16th of Jan. Okay. Then next date is 7th of February. Then we have 25th of March. Then we have 9th of May. Going ahead, we have this date already we discussed this, and then we have 16th of October, we have 8th of November, and final date for the year 2026 will be 24th of December. Okay, 2026. So these are the minor dates for Nasdaq Composite. Now coming to the price cycle. Okay, so this is the mid cycle level coming in at 23,100 odd. We have taken support here. So for the year 2026, anything below this, we could be in sideways to corrective mode. Okay. So now you can see here, this is the 1 by 1 angle going up, and this is the 1 by 1 angle going down. So this was the center of gravity of the square where all the angles crossed, and this was the important time period. So we got a high here on 29/10/2025, and from there, from this important Gann cluster level, we have made a top within this cluster level. So if you are seeing the mirror image, then this was the bottom area. So this is on the Gann's principle, as above, so below. Okay. So once we move ahead, we have to watch this angle and this angle. Okay. So early in February, we are having resistance at 24,050, and then we are having support at 22,150. Okay. So this will be the normal range for the Nasdaq Composite. If we move above this, we do expansion on the upside. So we can watch this angle going ahead. And if we do expansion on the downside, then we have to watch this falling angle. Okay. So above this cluster levels, we have a important level, price cycle level coming in at 25,010. Okay. 25,010, and next level is coming at 25 to 25. Okay. Below this cluster levels, we have support coming in at 21,675. Below this, we have 21,675. Then we have 21,210, and the cluster support below it is 2960. So if we see the extreme levels, okay, if we see the extreme levels, then 25,955 is the level, and below, if you'll see the extreme level, it is 2265 around. Okay. So these are the boundaries of the minor cycle for the Nasdaq composite. Okay. So I will be updating this forecast at critical dates, and we will see how the price action develops around the Gann angles within the square. Okay. So for immediate analysis, we have these two cluster levels to watch on the Nasdaq. Okay. So it is 22,145 and 24,50 odd levels. Okay. So as long as we are between this zone, we are in the sideways zone in the square. Okay. So one critical date where the one by one angle crosses is 7th of February. So you have to watch. If we are going to outperform before this, then we need to cross this level. Till this date, if we are between this zone, above this and below this levels, then it is a sideways market. And if we fall below this, then we could see some correction. Okay. So this is how you do your annual forecast. Okay. You need to study the price history totally, then come to the important Gann cycles, and then use the Gann within wheel concept to zoom in and see the particular period you want to forecast. So that's all from me here at Gann Supremacy. We will be updating this forecast whenever critical dates occur. So do joining us, keep watching us, do like and share our work, because we are genuinely here to help you in your analysis so that you can make decent profits in this complex world of markets. Okay. So that's all from me here. Have a great investing year in the Nasdaq Composite. Thank you for joining in.